Absolutely. Well, thank you again, Daryl, so much for having us on and everybody else who's joining. So, of course, I'm Brandon McKenzie, and we got Aaron Wilson and Chris, like Daryl was saying. And please, I would love this to be interactive. So if anybody has questions, please let me know if you have questions along the way. I want to stop and answer those questions, why they could come up and not wait till the end. Um, but all right. So again, human interest, like kind of what Daryl was saying, we are a 401k or 403 provider for small to medium-sized companies. We want to help add value to you and your clients. And then we're going to kind of go through this slide deck and kind of show you how we kind of provide out value to you. So again, I know we kind of already briefly mentioned so on the call. So who is human interest? What are human interests? We are about wanting to provide everyone have access to retirement plans so they can retire with dignity. And we make it affordable. And I joke, kind of say we're the easy button when it comes to offering retirement plans. And then something about accessibility. This is something where, as you can see in this slide, that employers who have 50 employees or less, 52% of them do not have access to retirement plans, where their employers are not offering them. And that is where our big strong point is, where we want to get people that to be 100%, to everyone have access to retirement plans, and we make it extremely easy to do so. And then when those groups that are over 50 lives, we're going to go into more details of a little bit more of the cost savings on it, but this is something where a lot of times we're an average of 20-30% low. A lot of our competitors of the big of like the Empowers, Fidelities, and then we offer free benchmarking for that. So for those groups 50 and above, we're happy to provide free benchmarking, see how we can save people money too for that. But again, our big niche is wanting to provide that access to people those groups are 50 and under. And this is just a little bit about human interest. I'm not any means going to read all of these, but this is something where we have over 25,000 clients and growing. We have over 800 employees that work at human interest. It's something that we have a designated call center of about 300 employees in your neighbors right there in Salt Lake. So that's something that's here in the United States for our call center. So you're not going to be, getting someone overseas when you do call in for us or employees call in for us. It's something a little emphasis I always like to point out. And also too, we are industry agnostic. We serve all industries for it. And a little bit of human interest, we are growing by the numbers. As you can see, we have been continuing to grow tremendously every single year for that. So there's a big jump from last year to this year. We're kind of expecting about that same amount of growth with human interest for going into next year. And then again, this is something too, I'm not going to read these all, but just kind of how we stack up to all of our competitors. As we all know, there's no perfect provider out there, but that's something there where we really just kind of strive to really go after a little better than a lot of our competitors. Again, I'm not going to go read these verbatim, but just kind of shows you the stats against how we stack up. And then I'm just saying, go ahead, Aaron. Do you want to say something?
No, it's just yeah, that customer service is very big for us because we put the human touch to that. Not, no pun intended with our name, human interest, but that's just a good thing to point out that we're one of the highest rated 401k providers out there. We're letting the technology lead the way. Obviously, on the next slide, there is a huge reason of our growth, making it easier, making it more affordable for businesses of all sizes to have access to a 401k. And it starts with the connection to payroll. Imagine like people didn't get into business to manage benefits. They got into the business to, sell the widgets, make the widgets, or fix the widgets, right? And we're integrating with 530 different payrolls. And that just makes it easy where the business owner can focus on the business and not let the benefit be a burden. So we use technology to streamline employee onboarding. So say goodbye to Post-it notes and spreadsheets. Like literally, we automate the process to help people like, hey, guess what? You're eligible for your benefit. Click here to sign up. It's a super simple sign up process. And the date and the percentage contribution rate that they select pushes back to the payroll. So there's no manual keystrokes that are needed, even from an internal admin support or anything, because of the data feed going 360 and updating on the payroll side with the percentage of their contribution all the way to offboarding. Once they're terminated in payroll, we help assist them with their rollover balances and so on. So this has been a key difference maker out there. No one's doing it to the level that we are with 530 payrolls. And that includes your QuickBooks Online, that's Gusto, that's your Paylocity, the Paychecks, ADPs, the Payus, the Paymes, and all the pays, right? So, but I'll give it back to you, Brandon. Let's go.
Absolutely. Actually, and then I'm gonna let Chris talk about this slide.
Yeah, thanks, Brandon. Yeah, so really important to know, I mean, why over 25,000 businesses are choosing human interest really is because of our four pillars here. Our admin experience, employee experience, completeness of solution, and being a bundled 401k. And then, of course, the cost and value. Important to note, I mean, around the admin experience, right? Just as Aaron was alluding to, we're fully integrated with over 500 plus payroll providers, really providing that no-touch experience. Again, it really is designed for your client just to run payroll as they normally are and have everything with the 401k or 403b just be completely automated here on this end. So we do really handle everything from, the employee life cycle, getting them signed on, educated with the benefit, selecting that contribution percentage, and then of course their investments, and then of course managing any changes that they'll ever have through the 401k. And that employee experience for them, it really is designed for them to sign up within a matter of minutes so they can get started right away. As we all know, that's the most important part. And of course, as well, it gives them direct access, right, to access their 401k directly from a phone or, of course, a computer, really at any point to make any of those changes that they ever want to a contribution percentage or, again, an investment, and really just keep everything up to date with their 401k. Now, where human interest really differs is really around our completeness of a solution as well. We are what's considered as a bundled 401k, just meaning that we are the record keeper, the TPA, third party administrator, and then also the 316 fiduciary. Really important to know, around our platform, we are what's considered as the full 316, just meaning that we will prepare, sign, and file the Form 5500 on your client's behalf each and every year, something that is very unique in the industry. And of course, we don't charge any other additional fees for it as well, which is good to know. And really, with our cost and value, we're more than happy to really run through any sort of cost comparisons. If there are existing 401ks out there from your clients, we can do custom pricing, really show kind of more savings both to the company, but also most importantly to the participants on the assets, that they're typically being charged on as well. And then, of course, as well, I mean, around any new 401k plans, we're extremely transparent with our costs and fees. We have everything listed directly on our website around what we typically charge employers, but then also participants in the plan. And then we are the first 401k provider to completely eliminate any transaction fees. So there are no back-end fees to both the employer and then, of course, participants in the plan as well.
Thanks,
And,
Chris.
and the question in the chat, are you set up for solo 401ks? By all means, yes. We can take it for the sole props, the single member S corps, etc. So yes, we are set up to be able to do one employee.
Thanks, Aaron, for answering that. And just real quick, some changes that are happening in the retirement legislation that can impact your clients. And that's something that for a lot of you are familiar with, but this is one of our value adds. We can help provide education to your clients, to yourself, about how all the new legislation, about the new compliance and mandates that are going around the country. You need to offer some type of retirement plan to, that your clients have to offer, or they're going to start getting penalized. So there's a little bit more to target on the Colorado, which, by the way, we can service in all states. So if you have clients in other states, we're happy to serve them too, or happy to let you know what legislations or mandates might be in those other states. But here in Colorado, is you have to offer some type of retirement plan. If you have 5 or more employees, they've been in business for at least 2 years, and 5 more part-time or full-time. And just it is an auto enroll if they do choose that process, and that employee has 30 days to opt out. And we all know employees don't read their emails, so a lot of times it's going to upset employees because they're not going to go and opt out of this, and automatically 5% is going to be taken out of their paycheck. So anyway, just a little things about that, what the state program entitles. And then even more, if those employers do not get something implemented, they're going to start receiving a penalty next year of $100 per employee up to $5,000. That's good. And they're going to start increasing that too every year for those penalties. This is just the first wave of penalties for it because they really want to encourage employers to offer retirement plans. So that's kind of why they're doing that. And then a little bit about the Secure Act 2.0 for tax credit. This is something where the government, again, is on the federal, this was passed on the federal level where they want to encourage all employers to offer retirement plans. And so really if an employer has less than 50 employees, they're going to offer for the first 3 years up to $5,000 per year, 15,000 in total, dollar for dollar tax credit to offset the cost of offering a retirement plan. So really incentivizing that. It's going to be literally no cost. Yes, they have to pay for it up front, but then they're going to get that tax credit on return. And then something new credit for employers' contribution. They know those businesses, again, just offering that. And then there is a phase for employers for 50 and above. And as well as if they do set up auto enrollment, it's an additional $500 for 3 years if it's an auto enroll. And a little bit more of kind of the tax incentives in the Secure Act 2.0. And again, we already went over this a little bit, but if an employer makes less than $100,000, I'm sorry, an employee makes less than $100,000 a year, they have 50 or less employees, they can get $1,000 tax credit for that. So again, another way of getting tax credit back that the government is going to encourage the employers to match, for that. And then the amount can be phased out over the plan years. And so kind of just list out of the different phases below. And again, with that, if it's auto enroll, it's set up for $500 tax credit. And I guess, are there any questions about this? Right. And then kind of now why to partner with human interest? And a big part of partnering, with human interest is, kind of building that foundation of kind of providing value to you and your clients. And the big thing about this is that we also, like I was lightly saying earlier, we're the 411 when it comes to keeping all relevance to all the new retirement legislation. So you don't have to be an expert on it or heaven forbid your clients trying to keep up with it. We're going to provide all that 411 of all the new mandates and compliances and making sure everybody's educated on all those processes. And as well, with our top tier package, all your clients get a designated account manager for all of them. So that again, they have someone they can call directly, email directly, so they don't have to call our email customer service line for that. And Aaron, is there anything else you would like to add in with this?
No, I think what you do a great job out there is is really looking out for all the accountants out there, CPA, EA, fractional CFOs alike. Like a lot of times I get brought in, I'm on the national level, so I support a lot of different like FICPA, I'm down in Florida and so forth. So I come in and help out with strategy. So like if there are opportunities where there are firms that look to be a one-stop shop, leveraging technology and so forth, like the QuickBooks of the world and all this stuff to automate process and helping their clients have a better way. I come in and help Brandon as well when it comes to strategy for how to leverage 401k as a value add to the clients, whether it's to be compliant with the state mandate or to help design a tax shelter, something like that, and leverage this to pay less in taxes, So we're definitely here to help. 411-911 is our mantra, right? So Brandon's a local contact. We would not relegate you to a customer service module on a chat box or something. And, so I know the world of 401k can be confusing, but we carry the compass and the flashlight as we go into the dark forest and we'll get you out. So I'll leave it to you, Brandon.
Great metaphor. And again, the ways what Aaron was just kind of talking about of how we strategize those approaches of, ultimately offering an affordable, integrated, like I said, the easy button offering retirement solution to your clients. Because of all those integrations. And again, those kind of expertise on the 401k retirement regulations, be that one-stop shop because we are that full bundled solution to the record keeper, TPA, and take on that fiduciary. So you just call one person, myself, human interest, and we can get matters solved in a very quickly manner because again, we're that whole bundled solution. And the big thing is bringing that human element to your customer support for your clients and you about being, kind of that humans, technology, and process. We want to make sure we're delivering that for you. Again, bringing value for that. And again, you're going to get that preferred pricing because of your membership with the Colorado CPA society. And that's one of the ways that you said you're going to gain access to that special pricing because of your membership with the Colorado CPA. And and we're going to go right back to that, but this was a little bit of a slide what Chris was talking about earlier, where a lot of our competitors, they're charging for all these additional fees that are built in the plan that they don't even know they're being charged for. Where human interest, we don't offer any of those transaction fees. This is one of the reasons how we can make it about 20 to 30% lower than a lot of our competitors because we're not charging additional costs for them. And then this is kind of what I was talking about. Because of your membership with the Colorado CPA Society, you're gonna be able to receive our basically our concierge, our top tier package for the price of the complete. And that is again just making it because of that membership, and on top of it, we're waiving the setup fee of the $500 for your clients again because of that membership. And this is just kind of going in and that you're getting that full bundle solution. Again, we're filing the 5500s. We're doing all the compliance. You're getting the designated account manager again for getting the cost bar complete for the concierge service. Aaron, is there anything else you wanted to chime in on that?
Yeah, just click the slide one more time. If you advance it forward one.
Oh, yes.
The animation. I got you all set up there.
Oh, thank you. Oh, look at that fanciness.
Yeah, no worries. And I know there was a question in the chat. My Zoom is wonky, so I can't click buttons on the Zoom for some reason, or I would have answered it in chat. But so a lot of times with the solo 401ks, we're putting them on the essentials plan. If they did have to do a 5500, they would just have to sign it and they would have to file it. But the communication's there to be done. We also usually go off book on an owner only solo K plan. And then we'll show you another incentive that we also do to help offset some of those plan costs in addition to the savings already. But what's great about having concierge for the price of complete and having the dedicated account manager is we did that purposefully to help ensure a positive onboarding experience. There are a lot of questions, and I don't want to burden or consume your bandwidth as their accountant CPA when it comes down to a client going, how do you spell 401k? Or what's an enrollment meeting? The concierge is going to schedule enrollment meetings, help with plan amendments, facilitate any profit share that are also needed to be done. So we're going to give them direct access for the first year at no additional cost. Okay. So
thanks, Aaron.
And what else do we get? We got another little, and we also get access to our new product enhancements too on the concierge package. The one that matters the most in this room is going to be our tax savings maximizer. I just helped the CPA prior to this call go into her reports to pull this down as she filed an extension herself, which don't blame her. And she's going to use this spreadsheet to help fill out Form 8881, which will help them get the tax credit. And it was super easy. They accessed it from the admin portal, and now it'll give her direction on what data to put inside of that form, which is fantastic. And then there you go. So we also do these things called tech credit. So to continue the example of the owner only plan, let's pretend it was $1,200 a year for that plan at $100 a month. And we're giving them a credit because of our partnership with COCPA of $750 on their plan. So basically, they sign up, they'll get a credit to their account based on their employee count. And the September ones will be coming out shortly. So if you do follow-up meetings with Brandon, he'll have the September tech credits available that are available to everybody here and our members of COCPA for their clients.
Thank you, Aaron. And now I'm going to let Chris actually show a quick little demo of our product.
So, thank you. All right, I'll go ahead and share my screen here. As I know, we've mentioned quite a bit on this. We're fully integrated within over 500 different payroll providers. So I'll be talking through a couple things here. Mostly, our ease of enrollment, kind of what that process looks like for your client. But then also we'll talk through the custom reporting capabilities that you all will have, really to go in, draw just any of the information that you would ever need out of the 401k system. And then, of course, just the admin capabilities that you all will have. So first and foremost, taking a look at the ease of enrollment. As I mentioned, with the payroll integration, important to know, we will automatically track things like eligibility. So for example, if there's a 90-day eligibility window set up in the 401k, we'll automatically track that, reach out to the employee once they become eligible for the benefit. They'll receive a quick email from Human Interest automatically. It'll have all this information that's pre-populated in here, all again from the payroll system. So all we're going to ask for is a quick password here. And then, of course, as well, we will just ask for a quick backup email. Now, important part of the process and what human interest actually takes on as well is that we do, like I said, manage everything around the employee life cycle. So if an employee is ever leaving, they have funds left behind, we actually manage that process directly with the employee. So they're reaching out to us as the 401k provider instead of the former employer. So really good to know that. Now, of course, once they select that backup email, we're just going to have them select their contribution percentage here. They will, of course, have some good information in here just as far as how much the employer is actually matching so they can maximize the benefit here at the employee level. Of course, there is built-in learning material as well. So they can make an educated decision here just around traditional versus Roth, why that might matter, as well. And they can really select their contribution. So if they select 8%, for example, it's going to tell them exactly how much is coming off of each and every paycheck, again, through our payroll integrations that we have. So they don't have to guess what 8% might be. Once they elect that contribution, it will just take them directly to the investment side of the house. A part of our process, we will take information directly out of the payroll system again, such as age, income level, and then we'll even walk them through a questionnaire if they would like around basically gathering how aggressive they'd like to be in the market. And we can automatically produce a portfolio for them here. So this will be unique to each and every participant. We can automatically change, their level of aggression here as well, just to kind of fine tune those recommendations. And we can't even set this up to be automated. So each and every quarter, it can get more and more conservative as they get closer to retirement as well. And additionally, for any of those, stock jockeys out there, they have the ability to choose their own funds. So if they want to go into the platform, select their own funds, allocate however they choose, they'll have the option to do that. Through our platform, we'll immediately have the Vanguard Admiral class funds. So some, extremely low cost funds that have done really well over time. Those will be available immediately. Or we do also have open architecture. That's basically where we can bring in just about any fund on the open market, really just giving thousands of different options, for your clients if they're ever requesting that. And of course, once they make that election, it'll just take them directly out to our platform. And as I'd mentioned, this is where the employee can really interact directly with our platform day to day, of course, by their phone or a computer, really at any point. They can see any sort of relevant, balance information, updated contribution information, all through the 401k, all listed here. And of course, any changes that an employee will ever make through our platform, that is all, again, going to sync back directly to the payroll system. So if I ever go in on, let's say, random Wednesday, change my contribution rate, that will automatically sync back. And the only thing the administrator needs to do is run payroll as they normally would. Everything is all handled through the 401k side. Again, as well, just touching on human interest support. If employees do have any one-off questions, they want to take a loan against the plan, maybe an early withdrawal, you name it, they can reach out directly to our support staff here. Or of course, they can call in at any point. We do have our entire Salt Lake City office dedicated directly to that employee support if anyone has any questions. I'll stop there real quick. Any questions just on the employee enrollment experience or what that looks like for folks? Right. Perfect. And then I'll just pull up here as well, just the administrative view so you all can take a look at what this looks like for, again, any company admins, payroll admins, and then of course, you folks as well for any of your clients. So important to note, you will have, our administrative portal here kind of gives you that bird's eye view into the 401k plan. You're going to be able, again, just really to come in here and retrieve any information that you'd ever want out of the 401k platform. So you can review any sort of, again, relevant info, right? Such as total participant, participation across the plan, balance information, any new signups or rate changes, all of that information will be readily available through here. And then most importantly, with a lot of the CPAs I know that we work with, is the custom reporting. Again, you have the ability to come in here and, maybe draw a report on who's eligible but not participating, who is participating, how much have they contributed, really just to understand those numbers. And of course, as well, really good to know you'll be able to make custom reports, gather again, just any of that info that you're looking for out of the system here. But pretty straightforward. If you all do have any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat, or happy to run through a Q&A session here as well.
Any more questions? Yeah, we're right up on time, so I have a couple minutes if anyone has any more questions. We had a couple there at the beginning. Again, Brandon and Chris are our local reps, so I know Brandon will answer any question, whether you choose to go with human interest or not. He's just that kind of a guy. Chris, we still need to get together, but I'm sure he'll do the same thing.
Yes.
It's a great group, and I highly encourage you to reach out to them again, whether you're in the market right now or not. They're just very knowledgeable and can help you all. So I guess if there's no other questions, I will thank the three of you, and we will chat soon, and I'll see everybody here in a few minutes.
All right. Thanks again. Have a good one.
Thank
Thanks,
you all.
guys.